Hello, welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Our big focus this Wednesday evening, the crackdown on Bollywood A-listers, it seems, is taking a new turn. In today's top developments, Deepika Padukone, Shraddha Kapoor, Sara Ali Khan, Rakul Preet Singh, and Simon Khambata have all been issued summons by the Narcotics Control Bureau. These A-listers have been asked to appear before the NCB within the next 3 days. The Sushant truth hunt continues relentlessly, with the NCB all set to expose the Bollywood drugs nexus. What's to come next is, of course, the big question. But remember, there's been much talk, of course, about the ambit of this probe. It's obviously grown wider because now, remember, the formal summons have been issued. There's been much talk about who will be issued the summons, whether Deepika will be summoned, whether Shraddha will be summoned, whether Sara will be summoned. Well, now the procedure is complete. They have been issued formal summons. They've been asked to appear, some tomorrow, some day after, and some on the 25th of this month. Let's bring in a special panel to decode this. We have Payal Rohatgi, well-known actor, joining us on the broadcast. B.L. Gura, internal security analyst, is also with us live. Ellen Rao, former DCP Special Cell, joins us on the broadcast, and Sumit P, political analyst, is with us as well. Payal, I want to begin with you first. What do you make of the fact now that these summons have formally been issued? You know, there was a lot of talk about whether top actors would actually be summoned by the Narcotics Control Bureau or not. Well, now it's official. Deepika, Sara, Shraddha, Rakul have been.
Well, it's something which is which was very much required, because listen, A grade and B grade doesn't kind of differentiate between drugs intake and drugs consumption. Drugs is illegal in India, and whether the crime is being committed by A grade actress or not, that should not be the criteria. They should not be allowed to get away, because crime is a crime and law is equal for all people who are Indian citizens. So I'm at least happy that the summons have been issued and no political pressure and no inside connections have been used to kind of avoid the summons. Now let's see what kind of explanation these so-called A-grade actresses give when they are called and when they talk to the NCB investigating officers, because why are they consuming drugs? What is their reason for consumption?
But Payal, the counter view, of course, is that there are just certain names being targeted. That this is selectivism by the NCB. They're just targeting certain names and letting off others. How do you respond to that?
Well, now this is again a victim card being played. Bollywood is just playing the victim card which feminists play, like the Thali Mein Ched kind of a statement made by Jaya Bachchan ji. I really don't know why she wanted the drug, mafia to kind of get away with whatever they were doing with the actors in Bollywood. So that statement itself, that the NCB is targeting certain actors and not all, I presume they need to understand that the chats are on public domain. NCB cannot just target people. They need to show proof. They need to show evidence. They had evidence of Riya Chakrabarti smoking up. They had evidence of Riya Chakrabarti procuring drugs, and that is why they could call her for questioning and investigation. We live in a democratic country. Everybody has access to lawyers, and these so-called A-grade actors have money to pay the lawyer fees. So they're not going to be like calling these people just for a publicity stunt if they are proven wrong. NCB is not going to do that with their reputation. So this is obviously a victim card being played, and let them play the victim card, because nothing is going to go beyond the investigating officers.
But do you believe now that the net should grow wider? Should it just stop at 4 actors, 5 actresses? Should it grow wider, Payal Rohatgi?
Yes, it should grow. It should go wider, because we need to eradicate drugs. It is not about which sarkar is ruling which state and in which state the drugs are being produced and how is it transferred. It is about drugs going away from India. When you made an Urta Punjab, you said Punjab has deteriorated because of the use of drugs, and you wanted to sell that film, saying that don't censor the film. We want to do something for the youth of Punjab. Similarly, now Bollywood should come together and say, let's do something for the youth of India, who obviously are our fans. And Bollywood, as well as other sectors where drugs are being rampantly used, need to get rid of it, because drugs are not doing anything good to our youngsters. We need to go towards Fit India. So yes, I want everybody's name out, because I know a lot of names, but we cannot take these names till we have proof. We cannot do something like that. So
shouldn't we also be targeting the drugs found in Punjab and the druggies in Punjab? Why just the film industry? What about the drugs culture in Punjab? What about the drugs culture in the south of India? What about drugs culture in the northeast? What about the drugs culture in the hills of India, in Delhi NCR? Shouldn't that be busted as well? Why is Bollywood just being targeted?
No, it should be busted everywhere. I'm not saying don't bust the drug setups wherever you can find them. I'm saying bust the drug setups everywhere. But here, Bollywood is being targeted. No, Bollywood is being investigated. And because Bollywood is Bollywood, people are getting paranoid because obviously the Bollywood superstars think that they are invincible. Now, Bollywood is like a soft power. Now, Bollywood has the ability to influence the youngsters. Now, Bollywood has always been promoting an anti-India narrative. It does not promote a pro-India narrative. It will promote a pro-Pakistan narrative. Bollywood has a lot of influence on the youngsters. So, Bollywood is being tapped now because of Sushant Singh Rajput's death investigation.
Okay.
So this time, we should not let it go.
Okay, I have a couple more questions for you, but I'm just going to come to you in a second. I want to get a police perspective from L.N. Rao. L.N. Rao, now these are top actors being summoned by the NCB. How do you react to this development? The fact that they are being summoned now, they're being brought before the law, and do you believe anything will come out of it? Will these just be summons? Will these just be one-off appearances? Or will these actors, can they be prosecuted as well, just on the basis of hearsay and just on the basis of WhatsApp conversations?
Look, I must tell you the legal background on this whole scenario.
Yeah.
The NCB is conducting investigations on the drug trafficking in Mumbai and particularly in the Bollywood sector. And in that case, I think 16 persons have already been arrested, and they were also summoned like this. And then there is a power with NCB officials to summon anyone under Section 67 of NDPS Act, and under that power they are summoning. They can summon anybody whosoever is connected or is having any knowledge about that case. So they are being summoned under some statute, and they are doing their legal work. And secondly, what you said, that whether there will be some prosecution or not. Yeah. Look, there is that statement given to the NCB officers,
yeah,
is admissible in law. And if there is some other evidence, connected evidence with that statement, if there are evidence like the chats and WhatsApp chats and other things are available, and these chats are corroborated by some evidence or by some witnesses, these are being confirmed, then definitely some prosecution can be launched at this stage also, because under Section 27 of NDPS Act, the consumption of these drugs is also an offence. So apart from consumption, if any of these persons are involved in some sale purchase of the drugs, or transportation of the drugs, or storage, transportation, yeah, and pushing the drugs, you can say this drug peddling. If somebody is found involved in that thing, so then other sections, that some stringent sections are involved. No doubt, so many people are saying that without recovery, no prosecution can be done.
Okay.
Obviously, that is one big question, but here only recovery is not concerned, because all the 16 persons who have been arrested, I think almost nobody was found anything in their position at this moment. But that their bail was rejected by the Sessions Court also.
Yeah.
So mere possession is not the only ground that they cannot be prosecuted.
Okay.
If there are other corroborative evidence, and if there are something coming out with the chats or any scientific evidence, that is important in this case.
So it's not necessary that it has to be found on them. They can also be prosecuted.
Yes,
if
the evidence is there.
Evidence. Okay, that's the point that Payal was also making, that it must be investigated thoroughly, and just because someone is an A-lister or a B-lister should not stop their prosecution if they are found guilty.
But this thing is not necessary. Yes, definitely everybody is equal before law.
Yeah, before I go back to Payal for a industry perspective on this, B.L. Vora, since you are also someone who has significant experience in this domain, from what you have seen so far and read so far, do you believe there's a strong case against Rhea Chakrabarti, Shobhit Chakrabarti, and now these other actors who are being summoned? Some people are surprised that Rhea still not got bail. Do you believe there's a strong case against her brother, and against these other actors?
I don't think it's a strong case, Uday, let me tell you very frankly. Now, the point here is that now WhatsApp chat, if you're talking of that,
yeah.
Now WhatsApp chat is only an information which is a source of information. It can be used as electronic evidence, all right. In fact, in all these cases, even in Deepika Padukone's case and all, the cases are very weak. Whereas the evidence transaction has to be completed. The drug has to be found out. If it has been bought, it has just said on WhatsApp, I am buying it, it has to be proved where it is. So I think this is one. Secondly, as you said very rightly in the beginning yourself, I think NCB should go on for big drug peddlers. And in Northeast, you talked of Golden Crescent, there's, the Golden Triangle also, all that is there. So I think this is, to be honest with you, I think there's a political angle also to the whole thing, that, as you know, that for different reasons, whatever is happening. Now, the third which intrigues me most is that why the NCB is leaking information, who's being summoned. Investigation is a secret process. They have to just call the people. And now the WhatsApp chats are also being leaked. Who's being called is also being leaked. So I think this is all being done with a purpose. And I think you can understand what the purpose I'm trying to hint at.
Payal Rohtkey respond. Okay, Payal Rohtkey is responding, sir. Here out.
Yes, okay. What happens is that, sir, that we are dealing with very powerful people in Bollywood, and Bollywood, it tries to act holier than thou. Bollywood says that we don't do drugs. Bollywood says there is no casting couch. Bollywood says there is no nepotism. Now here, Jaya Bachchan, a very versatile senior actress, goes to the parliament and says that, okay, you are trying to target Bollywood, just thali mein khate ho, us thali mein ched karte ho. She has been around in Bollywood. She knows what goes around. Her daughter is supporting Riya Chakrabarti. Now, her daughter, why is she supporting Riya Chakrabarti? She's a small-time druggie. Why is Shweta Bachchan? Why is Gauri Khan? Why is Twinkle Khanna? Why are all these big people supporting Riya Chakrabarti? Riya Chakrabarti is alive. She will get a bail, if not now, in 10 days, in 1 week. She's got all this kind of publicity. Nobody even knew her. But they are not even rattled by the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. Why did they want to dismiss his death as depression and not as a drug-related death? So something is obviously fishy, but yes, the WhatsApp chats are being released. It's a name and shame kind of a thing, because here everybody needs to know that these fit actors are consuming drugs, and that is what has to be told to the layman, to the youngster. So let the chats be leaked out. Let the WhatsApp chats be leaked out. At least we know they are not holier than thou.
But Payal Rohtkey, the counter view, as B.R. Gora says, is it being done for a political purpose? Is it being done because Bihar elections are around the corner and this story wants to be stretched on? Is it being done because Deepika Padukone had gone to JNU, which is why her name is leaked, and others are not? How do you respond to that?
I respond to that by giving an example of Kangana Ranaut. Now, Kangana Ranaut obviously is a BJP supporter, Modi supporter. So then Kangana Ranaut's office being broken is also a political gimmick. Kangana Ranaut being abused by Shiv Sena is a political gimmick.
Absolutely.
And political gimmicks are happening everywhere. And India is a democratic country. You're going to have elections every 6 months, every year, every 5 years. So in that process, whenever elections are happening, you'll have no situation related to law and order, to crime, to solve, to deal. You're going to do that. So this is obviously going to be political, because there are politicians and there are political parties. But let's use this opportunity to get to eradicate drugs. Let's use it, because people are talking. It's this coronavirus pandemic time. People have nothing.
No doubt.
Let's just use it.
No doubt. That's what Ravina Tandon has also said. Ravina Tandon has also said it's time to clean up the system, and this opportunity should be used to get rid of all the kingpins and the drug lords and whatnot. But Payal Rohtkey, you have also been in the industry for so long. You have done several movies. You have worked with top stars. You have done a big reality show like Bigg Boss. Your husband is also an actor. You know the industry well. Is this culture prevalent in the industry? Did you see it around you?
See, yes, I used to party a lot 10 years back, or before I met Sangram. I had a different lifestyle, and I have been exposed to these parties. And yes, these parties have drugs, they have alcohol, they have smoking. I used to smoke 10 years back. I used to drink, and I was obviously not able to cope up with these bad habits. And I had to actually admit myself into a rehab near my house to get rid of these habits, because I was realizing I was losing myself. Nobody was helping me. I actually visited that psychiatrist, Kersey Chawda. That is why Sushant's death triggered some emotions inside me, and I went on this whole attack mode to all the people. I just attacked people with whom I had good relations also, because I did not like the fact that he died. Sushant Singh Rajput died, and people dismissed his death as a depression. Excuse me, depression is a side effect of drug abuse. Why are people not dealing with the problem rather than just dismissing a talented mind as he was depressed? Excuse me, why did he get depressed? That needs to be figured out. Now, why did a person who is earning 6 to 7 crores per film, giving 100 crores at the box office, get depressed like this way? Why were his films snatched? Why was Chanda Mama snatched from him? Why was Narayan Murthy's biopic snatched from him? Why are we not getting behind the politics of, the death of Sushant Singh Rajput? So yes, these parties have these things, and we need to, make the outsiders aware about these things, because outsiders come with big dreams to Bombay and thinking that Bombay is the end of the world and we need to fit in. No, you don't need to fit in. You need to stand out. Just don't give yourself up to fit in, because when you fit in, sometimes you lose yourself, and that is what probably happened with Sushant Singh Rajput. He tried to fit in too hard to get into the good books of the Karan Johars and everybody. And what happened? Yashraj, Dharma, whatever, we all know what went and how his films were snatched and what kind of conspiracy happened with Pani film being shelved, Shekhar Kapoor saying something, because Shekhar Kapoor doesn't need to do all this for publicity. He's an acclaimed director. So that's the whole thing.
Payal, just give me a second. There are reactions coming into what you're saying. B.R. Vora wants to respond. He heard you out.
What I wanted to say was that everybody who is a criminal, even on the consumption side, including all these actors, certainly law should take its own course. They should be investigated. But point is, was NCB meant for this? They are meant to go after big, huge drug cartels and all that. This can be investigated even by a small police station, not even a police station if you ask me. Because there are crores of cases if we take of cases of consumption. Here there will be crores of cases. So here also now, my objection is to the leakages. Why do that? And then why not give it to small guys? Why should top officers come on TV screens and say this is being done and that is being done?
Sumit, Sumit hasn't spoken at all.
It should be a professional job, Uday. I'm saying it should be a professional job.
Mr. Vora, I've taken your point.
That's the point.
The point I want to make is, with due respect to the panelists and Payal ji and the eminent police officers we have, but we've done a lot of debates on that. The point I want to make, it is not about politics. The reason is that a person has been killed or he has been murdered. Now, once you open the things, a lot of angles come in, which includes drugs. Now, tell me, is Bollywood an exception in the IPC? If you are from Bollywood, tum pe IPC nahi lagega. Is Bollywood above constitution? And if some people in Bollywood think they have a kingdom in Mumbai, that has to be shattered. Uday, let me tell you, Me Too, casting couches, sexual harassment, underworld funding your money, drug parties, rave parties. Now you go and stand with the Today gang, you go and meet Erdogan's wife. So is this all coincidence? And the coincidences have come to a limit where people have started losing their lives. So how can this be let happen in a free and a democratic like India? Okay. That is the problem. And some people there think they are rich, can have the best of the lawyers, they can run away with a hit and run case, and they can get away with anything. This is a public sentiment against them. And these are the people who are kept at the epitome of the virtue. They are the icons you're supposed to look into. If you're a Bollywood star, you endorse a shampoo, people will start using that shampoo. Now, if you're a Bollywood star, you are having drugs, it has the effect on our teenagers, it has the effect on our youth, and it's a cascading effect.
Drugs cannot
be the normal in India. They are evil, they have to be rendered evil.
That's a very valid point. Drugs are bad. No one is supporting drugs. But B.R. Vora is making the point that you cannot pronounce anyone guilty just yet. I'm coming to you.
Yes. Before me, who said that, I forgot his name, he just said that this is not supposed to be investigated by the NCB, a local police station can do. Sir, a local police station and local police people maybe were aware of drug transactions that were happening in coronavirus pandemic. Otherwise, Sushant Singh Rajput would not have got access to weed and MDMA and all those couriers coming in. Peddlers are working in hand with local Mumbai police or state police, Punjab police, or wherever the drugs are there. That is why the NCB is called, because NCB is independent of the state control. So your chats are being leaked because naming and shaming has to happen. Just like we want to get rid of the evil, you need to call them out. Nobody is obviously going to put them behind bars without proof. But here your chats are out. You are the people. These are people who have got lots of money. I know names of people in Bollywood because I've been at the parties and they've been doing drugs in front of me. They've been snorting coke in front of me. But I cannot take their names because those things happened 10 years back. I have not recorded videos. I have no evidence. I cannot do that. But right now, these chats might lead to something else, and in future, we'll be able to figure this out. So that is why naming and shaming is happening. I know of a superstar's wife who is a cokehead. I cannot take that name, but people know in the industry who that person is. So the problem is that stations and officials have been bought over the period of years. That is why even in Corona...
Ellen Rao has a point to make.
Yes, I want to make a point that I do agree with Sri Voraji that NCB is not meant for this, but definitely I must tell you, because this is the case where the NCB has to interfere into that, because the local police was not taking any action about all these things, because 66 days had passed and Mumbai police was not inclined to see even those chats. And these all phones were available with them, but they did not initiate any action. The action, when it started when ED started their own financial transactions investigation, then they gave it to the NCB. NCB did not come at their own. They were asked by the ED to find out this whole racket, because it's a very big racket. I know that the small things and small recoveries are not so much, but very, very small things, if it becomes with the 100 people or more than 100 people, it becomes a huge recovery. And at some point of time, there was some consumption of these things, and if we calculate it in all together, it becomes in kilograms and more than in even quintals, if we talk about all these drugs all together. So now definitely the name, and second thing that why these are being leaked, definitely these are leaked for the purpose, because these stars being the icon in the eyes of our youth, they should be discouraged, because if they are doing such thing, that our youth icon should not be taken.
They are not guilty just yet. That's the point.
No. That I'm coming to that. That I'm coming to that also. At this moment, they are not guilty, but the chats have been found, and the chats show that they are used to taking. They used to take drugs in past also, and maybe they must be taking out. I'm also agree that these cases. I also agree with that without any solid recovery, the cases in trial may not succeed.
Because Rakul Preet wanted the media coverage stopped. She moved a petition in the Delhi High Court. There's another actress whose name also had appeared. She's not been summoned just yet, but she's also threatened to sue and use legal remedies.
Media coverage is only taking care of.
Parvati.
Okay, I am saying that media trial has been happening in India since long. Okay, media trial happened with the Me Too campaign. Now, during that Me Too campaign, Nana Patekar work was snatched away from him. Twinkle Khanna said, don't give work to Nana Patekar. There were a lot of people who kind of went against Nana Patekar. At that time, there were allegations. The Mumbai police had filed a case, they were probing, but the feminists just went after Nana Patekar. The feminists went after Sushant Singh Rajput on some weird rumor. So problem is that here media trial has been happening in India since long, but now we are talking about media trial and Rakul Preet's angle. Why? Because she's a woman. We are talking about media trial because Riya Chakrabarti is the accused here. If instead of Sushant Singh Rajput, Riya Chakrabarti had died, Sushant Singh Rajput would have been in the jail on the first day. So that is also what we are dealing with. We are dealing with gender inequality in India. So we are dealing with a lot of issues. Media trial is bad, but the same media, these actors go and ask and beg for promotions when they want to promote their films. So there is hypocrisy everywhere. But yes, right now, if you think that the actors who are being, named and shamed as per NCB sources, they have full freedom to file a defamation case against NCB if they are not guilty of the crime that they have been accused of. We are in a free country. We are in a country where legal system works. So file a defamation case if you're proven innocent against the authorities. If you feel you're just being dragged because of political reasons, you have the power, you have the money, you are a star, do that. But till then, if your name is there in the WhatsApp chats related to drug consumption, drug procurement, drug supply, you are going to be named and shamed.
Can I make a point?
Yes, Sumit, quickly, yeah.
Uday, the point is what we are seeing, the drug issue is only the tip of the iceberg. Tell me, sir, aren't some Bollywood celebrities seen with the head of ISI? Aren't they filmed with ISI agents? Isn't there allegation of money coming in from Pakistan for film financing? So with all these things happening, rather it is the time to get NIA involved, it is the time to get IB and RAW involved. Because drugs might be only the tip of the iceberg. The issue might be it might be a conspiracy to, get drugs as a normal in India, to make drugs look fat, to make drugs look normal within the youth. Because we have two hostile countries on the both sides. Is Indian youth being attacked? What the Honorable Prime Minister says is the biggest asset of India. Is our 800 million youth under threat by China and Pakistan?
No, but that's why I said, Sumit, that the drug culture everywhere should also be gone after. Everywhere, in every single district. Okay, BL Vora, 20 seconds and then I have to end. 20 seconds, BL Vora. I think you wanted to respond to what Payal said earlier. BL Vora.
I say that all the crimes must be investigated, whether it is small or big. But point is, the NCB should do a professional job as per law, professionally, the way it has been asked to. It is not supposed to name and shame people, let me tell you. It is not supposed to tell the whole world that I am calling a witness XYZ. Let us say tomorrow, in one actor's case, let us say top star, nothing comes out in evidence. We would have destroyed their reputation forever, a reputation which has been built by actors over 10, 20 years of hard work. So I think one has to be careful, handle with care. That's what, and please no politics. That's what I just wanted to say.
Okay, last word, Payal Rohtkey. 20 seconds to you.
Yes, I would just say, if you want to say that handle with care and NCB should not name and shame, I think, sir, it will take a lot of time for this kind of rules to be followed.
But that is the law, Ms. Payal. That's the law.
That's the law. But yes, the law sometimes, obviously, the law allows freedom of speech, and that allows actors and filmmakers to call the Prime Minister a terrorist. So that is also allowed in India. So you have to understand, media trial has killed a person. A person called as Sushant Singh Rajput was so mentally harassed because of media trial during Me Too allegation that he's no more with us. So your thought process is great, but we are still in India. We're not in US. We need to have systematic approach for a lot of things. You can't have systematic approach right now just because a drug angle is being explored.
Ellen Rao, 10 seconds.
Yes.
Ellen Rao, 10 seconds.
Yes, because I was telling you that NCB is calling any person, if they are under law, they are calling. They are with some evidence. No, they cannot call anyone.
They have evidence. That is why
that's why they are called. If there is some evidence, maybe some iota of evidence, maybe some point of evidence, then that's why they are calling them.
Sumit, 5 seconds. 5 seconds. I'm all of that.
To me, Bollywood has become a cesspool of bias. There are a lot of dangerous and disastrous consequences which are happening, which are threatening the society and the country. They need to be thoroughly investigated. And whoever is responsible, nobody is above the Indian law. You can be any name, you can be a male, female, whoever you are, superstar, ABC star, it doesn't matter. You are not above the law of the land.
Okay, we're completely out of time. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us. Thanks to Payal Rohtkey for staying with us. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you, Ellen Rao. Thank you, Pierre Vora. Let's take a break. Thanks to our viewers for watching.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.